speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, let's have a look at this. So 3 Catan shards in one army. I used to have a list in 5th edition using 3 Catan shards, and I'm just adapting it really to 6th edition now. So the general concept behind the list is having the Deceiver here at the back with Worldscape, and then having your Tremorstaff Cryptics scattered around your army. So basically, writhing Worldscape on the Deceiver, when he's up on the table, any difficult terrain that's on the table will be classed as dangerous terrain for your enemy. And if it's already dangerous, then the dangerous terrain test failed on 1 and 2. So that's the first thing. The Tremorstaffs on the Cryptics, they've got a 36-inch range, and they're only strength 4, but they are a blast weapon, and they have the Quake rule. So basically, if you get hit by one of these Tremorstaffs, you treat open terrain as rough terrain next turn. So pretty much with this army, once I've shot at you, with the Deceiver there as well, you're going to be taking dangerous terrain tests when you move, whether you're in the open or not. And that's the concept behind the Tremorstaff and Worldscape combination. Okay, dangerous terrain tests has got easier to survive in 6th edition, because you now get your armour save against them. But even so, it's a lot of fun, and let's face it, this army is going to be about fun more than anything. I mean, playing 3 Catan shards, you know, it's nearly 800 points in those 3 Catan shards, so it's going to be a fun list. So this I've got laid out at the moment is the army. I haven't put all the models out, but basically we've got 10 warriors with a Tremorstaff Cryptic, another 10 warriors with the same, and another 10 warriors with the same. And at the back, the Deceiver will be hanging out there at the back with the Worldscape. And I've changed my my war gear around a little bit on these, because I think Spirit Dust now, with cover saves being 5+ rather than 4+, is sort of just not as good as it used to be. So I've actually given him the Pyro Shard, which I used to have on this guy here, but I've given that on to him. So he's got a bit of shooting capability. He's basically going to be at the back, just hiding out behind a piece of terrain as much as possible, just keeping Worldscape up for as long as he can. If the enemy gets close into my back ranks, he's there for a bit of close combat support, and now he's got a bit of extra shooting as well. So yeah, quite happy with how he's working. In front of them, I will have 10 Immortals. Now I've gone for Immortals because my original list, I used to have units of 5 Immortals spread out with the Lance text, but I think 5 Immortals just isn't going to cut it nowadays, and that's why I switched over to 10 Warriors instead. And originally my Overlord used to be in a Ghost Ark with some Warriors, but he's going to be on foot now, so I think he needs that 3+ save that the Immortals offer. I've also given him the Weave, which I never had on him before because he was in the Ark. So he's got Weave, so he's got his 2+ save, so he can potentially take quite a number of hits before he has to retreat back. And then in there you've got another Tremorstaff Cryptic, and also a Lance Cryptic, and he's in there not necessarily for the Lance, but more for the Solar Pulse. So the Solar Pulse guarantees that I'll get Night Fight first turn to help protect me, or indeed if it is Night Fight first turn and I want to override that, you know, I can do that. I can save the Pulse basically for whenever I need it. So they're going to go in front of the Warriors. They're going to be the first line of defence as such, and in front of them I will have my Nightbringer and my Void Dragon. Now the Nightbringer's he's staying the same. He's close combat orientated, so he has Time's Arrow and Gaze of Death. That's exactly how I used to have it. And the Void Dragon, I've got the Thunderbolt on him, and I've now given him Mulder. I used to have the Pyro Shard on there, but I've given him Mulder because, well, it's 24 inches and it's a big pie template, and there's lots of people now just playing foot armies, so you know, big pie template could be quite useful. It's quite multi-tasked in his shooting ability. But these two basically are going to be at the front of the army. They're going to be going forward. They're obviously going to be quite vulnerable to shooting. just because of the nature of what they are, and they only have a 4+ invulnerable save, and it's not like they've got 6 wounds or anything, they've only got 4 wounds as well, so they are vulnerable, to be fair, but hey, this is a fun army, so we don't care. But what I am going to do is I'm going to give them a little bit of support. No, not just 1 Scarab Swarm, but I'm going to have 9 Scarab Swarms. No, sorry, 8. I did have 9, but I had to drop 1 because of the points. So 8 Scarabs, and they're going to basically go in front. And these are going to be multitasked, so they can either potentially take shots. You know, people might shoot at these. I mean, the rule of thumb in 40k is shoot the closest thing. So if I could push these forward, you know, they might be able to take 1 or 2 potential rounds of shooting away from the 2 Catan shards. So that's one thing. Second thing is, if I can get up front, maybe pop open a Lamb Raider, whatever's in front of me, I might be able to do that with them. I can bubble wrap these for the assault, so that these have to be assaulted first, so that I can charge these in, get my extra attacks for charging in, etc. So these are almost just a distracting units. They're throwaway units, and they just give me that little extra thing to play with at the front of the ranks. So that is my list. That's my concept. This is a 1750 point list, in case you're wondering. The Overlord, he also has my Shackle Scarabs and the War Sight, of course, which is mandatory, really. And that's it. That's the army. So I haven't played this list yet. This is just what I've come up with, but I've got a game tonight with this list. So yeah, next up will be the battle report with this list. Let me know what you think. Any comments, thoughts, suggestions? Very, very useful. Appreciate them all. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.